Hi guys, I wanted to do a video for you. This invention is into your home and garden category. It's going to be the first of many. I came up with the idea of doing open source inventing about 2 years ago, but never figured out a way to make money doing it. So my hat is off to you. You did an amazing job with your TV show and your website. I'll be sending many more videos in the future. I think you might actually have the answer to a lot of things I was looking to do, some way to make a living inventing. So, my first invention, here you go. We just got done with a Hurricane Irene. In fact, that's what all this wind is about. The invention behind me is to help with anything growing on a vine. I did it with my tomato plants, but you could also try it with cucumbers. I don't know anyone at all who has staked up tomato plants. I mean, the conventional way is staking them up or putting them in those cages. No one right now would have survived Hurricane Irene with as healthy a tomato plant as what I have behind me. This idea, it's just super simple, so I'll show it to you. What we have here, I made this out of Lattice from Home Depot. You could use 2x4. You put your 2x4 down and build your frame, and then you put the lattice on top of it. Now in my world, I did 4x8 sheets of lattice. When you're selling this online, you could do 4 foot wide by 2 foot sections, and that would allow you to do 2 tomato plants per section. So if you wanted a great big row of tomato plants like I have here, you would just hook, in this case it's 24 feet long, you'd hook 12 of these together and you would have your 24-foot section. You'd hook them together like Legos, and that would give you the ability to grow your plants on them. So you're saying, what's so special about this? It's just lattice. Well, there's a lot going on here. Number one, you put your cardboard down at the beginning of the year, and then you put the lattice on top of that. So you put your cardboard down as a weed barrier, the lattice goes on top of that, and then you plant 1 tomato plant on one side, and then 1 tomato plant on the other side. And then all you do one time at the beginning of the year is you sort of train or draw the tomato plant over top of the lattice. From that point on, they're very viney, and they intertwine with the lattice, and it sort of holds itself to it. The proof of that is right here. We just got done with Hurricane Irene, and my tomato plants are still healthy. They're undamaged, and they're doing phenomenally well. So, you've got almost a virtually weed-free environment that you create with the cardboard as the barrier. You have 0 maintenance, and you have the ease of setup here. You put the cardboard down, you put the lattice on top, you hook them together like Legos for a row as long as you want. 2 tomato plants per section, and that's it. I've never had such healthy tomato plants as I have this year, because the lattice keeps the tomato plant supported so that it can do whatever it wants. That's why the plants are so healthy. You're not tying it or kinking it or damaging the plant in any way. It's just doing its own thing. But the magic is it keeps it up off the ground. So air gets underneath, keeps the fruit dry, keeps the fruit healthy, so you don't have any damage at all to your fruit. And you've got perfectly healthy plants and healthy fruit in a weed-free, maintenance-free environment. So, this is it, guys. I mean, I've got tomatoes growing at the end of the season like I have never, ever, ever had before. Ever. I mean, it's just phenomenal how well these plants are doing, how healthy they are. You know, it's actually difficult finding the tomatoes because they're so prolific. When they're hanging on the stake, yeah, I mean, it's easy enough to see them, but the plants are so unhealthy and so difficult to keep alive, and so much maintenance to stake them up all the time. It's a pain in the butt. This, 0 maintenance and healthy fruit, healthy plants. I'm going to try it with my cucumbers next year, because you can see they didn't do too well with the hurricane. So I'm going to try it with the cucumbers next year, but at any rate, this invention is something everyone looks at it. They tell me I need to submit it to Home and Garden magazine because they can't believe how easy it is and how well it works. You know, if you sell these things online, maybe the entire 2 foot by 4 foot sections could be assembled, and then you can hook them together to make as long a row as you want. Hook them together like Legos. So, again, my hat's off to you. I love your idea. I love the open source inventing. I'll be sending a lot more videos your way. Coming to you from Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. right after Hurricane Irene, and I'm showing you my garden. Take care.